Yo, I haven't even started the introduction for my fucking channel on Rumble yet. This is crazy though. Back to it. It was one of my first beginnings starting into, the reaction type thing, and I go by Smooth. You'll probably see some more of me reacting to Fresh and Fit, Andrew Tate, Sneeko, and some other, live characters that's popping off right now on YouTube. But I'm a DJ. I like to make music. I like to edit, do graphic design. I like to do photography, videography. I mean, I'm well versed in Latin music, hip hop, R&B. I love country. I'm from Tennessee, so I get down with the get down, if you get what I'm saying. But I had to react to this. I see my man's Fresh and Fit, Myron, and fucking I forgot his name. God damn, I can't even do that, bro. Hold up. I'm have to edit that one up. But my man Walter, god damn, there it is. Yo, my man Walter, and they're over in the UK right now, touring, doing their big man thing, top G, but they're over there doing their thing, and I had to react because I seen this guy named Castillo, and I was like, damn, he looks so familiar. I gotta react to this guy. But he came out with this video talking about Andrew Tate, and I want to share with y'all and see what you think about this, because this shit it's kind of funny. But my man, he's speaking some real facts, and I got similar views, and I wanted y'all to react with me to check this thing out. So we're gonna go ahead and run it real quick. Let's see. Let's go back to this one. Switch that bad boy up, and check out my Instagram down below and my Rumble page, and then y'all can log on anytime you want to check me out. So I mean, here it is. We're gonna go ahead and do the damn thing.
Big man thing, yeah. It's Castillo, aka the main event, aka the sniper, bruv. That's tough, out now on all digital platforms, so go stream that, bruv. Yeah, now, bruv, it's been a minute, bruv. So before I get into the thing, I just need you, man, to take me in, bruv. You get me? Take in my aura. You get me, bruv? Feel that. You get me? Because you lot ain't seen me in a minute, bruv. You get me? Come on, bruv. Take me in. Take me in, bruv. Now, before I get into the thing, bruv, I just gotta say this. Sniper is at 1.8 million streams, bruv. Yeah? And that's love to all the people, them, bruv. You get me? That's thanks to all the people, them, that supported my...
Yo, I want to give a big shout to the Sniper. Yo, go check that song out by my man Castillo. He's got some good music out right now, but definitely go stream that shit. That shit's hard.
Thing that when and listen to my thing, all of that, bruv. You get me? Now, I gotta thank you lot, bruv. You get me? Because you lot seen that I've been doing this thing all by myself. You get what I'm trying to say? When I promote my thing, it's all by myself, bruv. You get me? Never had a big playlist. None of these big blog people promote my thing. None of these UK music people support my thing, because I'm the main event and I don't need help from you bums, bruv. Come on, bruv. I don't need no help, no cosigns, none of that thing from you bums, because I'm the main event, bruv. Come on, bruv. You see me come from great certain things, bruv.
Yo, fair use, fair use. The way he says, bums! This guy.
Bomba!
That's funny as fuck.
No cosigns from these people. I don't need to be on some, hey bro, welcome, bro, love, bro, yeah, bro. No, bruv. I'm the main event, and I don't need no cosigns from you bums, bruv. Come on, bruv. Anyway.
Yo, I gotta clip that shit up, bro. I definitely gotta use that from you bums! I gotta use that.
Yeah, let's get into the thing. Now,
shit, I might turn it to a song. You never know.
I did like this thing on my Instagram, yeah, where I asked people, what do you lot want me to talk about? You get what I'm trying to say? So I thought to myself, let me let the people them decide. You get what I'm trying to say? So most people came up with this. Yeah, most people said, what are your thoughts on Andrew Tate? What are your thoughts on the top G and all that stuff? You get what I'm trying to say? So it's only right that I come and do a video about it. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't really want to do a video on this topic because, to be fair, in this day and age, bruv, you can't even really speak your mind too tough like that. You get what I'm trying to say? You can't speak your mind too tough, bruv, because there's people out there you cancel him, bruv. Cancel, you need to be cancelled. You can't say your thing, bruv. You can't say it because you need to be cancelled. You need to be cancelled, bruv. No, bruv. Who are these people, bruv? Bruv, you know them ones where, I don't know, bruv, the world is moving super mad, bruv. The world is moving super mad. Sometimes I just think to myself, raw, you know that movie iRobot, bruv? That's literally what the future's gonna be like. Do you know what I'm trying to say? You just can't speak your mind, yeah? But let me just get into this, yeah? Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, bruv. Like, I've been doing this social media thing for a while now, and I've learnt things along the way. Like, when I first started this social media thing, my life was in a bad place, bruv. So, I'll be honest with you, I'm just blunt as hell, bruv, because to be fair, I don't really care what nobody thought about anything, bruv.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you.
He's got a point. Yo, I got some of this in my notes, but like whenever he says like people like really sensitive, it's kind of like if you promote or like encourage men to improve, you know, today, like you will be vilified and attacked in real time online because people are gonna sit behind the desk and just type shit up. They're not gonna come to your face. They're gonna be like, "Oh well, you heard the way you said it." That's pretty much how it is. Like people are more concerned on how it makes them feel versus like what's actually real, like what's really being said. And they're kind of like, it makes it like they're more concerned in like how it makes them feel and like what's like how I can't even fucking talk, bro. Listen, people are more concerned on how it makes them feel versus what's real. Like they're more concerned on like how things are said more than what's being said, basically. So I mean, I definitely feel them on that.
I don't care what nobody thinks about nothing, bruv, because my life was bad and I thought, bruv, who are these people, bruv? Like, really and truly, like, them people probably will mess with you in real life, bruv, so who cares what they think about anything? I'm just going to be unapologetically me, bruv. I don't care. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But through doing social media, I've learned along the way, like, you don't know who you're reaching, you don't know who you're touching, like, not like that, man, you know, not like this, you know, like, I mean, as in reaching and who you're, like, you're on their screen and shit. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
He means like the audience that he's reaching out to, that his content can actually be seen by. So
like, so obviously you learn along the way. Do you get what I'm trying to say? You learn along the way, and I'm not gonna lie, like I said, when I started I didn't really care, but then as I've gone and my profile's kind of expanded, like I'm reaching people that I didn't even know I'd reach. Like I just thought it would be a thing where it's only people in the ends that would really understand me, unless you're from like my kind of background. Like you ain't gonna understand nothing, bruv. But to be fair, like my base is quite big now. So along the way, I've realized like, you kind of have like a responsibility in terms of how you say things and what you talk about and whatever. I'm just saying how people like come across you. And do you know the maddest thing that clicked in my mind here? Like, I must have been out at an event and a gal came up to me and she's like, "Why are you so mean to people?" And I was like, "What do you mean, why am I mean to people? Why do you think that?" And I just asked her like to kind of explain where she got that from. And then like at the end of the conversation, she's like, "Oh, I feel really bad for saying that now because like you're such a nice person." And I was thinking, "Alright, thanks." And then like she was moving to me and thing. And I was thinking, "No, my friend, it's not going like this. I don't, bruv." Like, when it comes to the social media thing, bruv, however you approach me, bruv, like, I'm weary of everybody, bruv. Do you know what I'm just saying? So it was nice and flattering that she was like, "Oh my God, you're so nice." But I'm thinking, no, bruv. No, bruv. I don't trust you, bruv. Get away from me, please. Please. Yeah, but, nah, she was cool, though, but still, bruv, I don't trust nobody. Yeah? But, like, it's just made me realize that you just have to be, like, bare eyes is on you in it. So, like, that's, like, it ends up being like that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So let me get into the Andrew Tate top G thing, bruv. And before I get into this, big up Andrew Tate, big up the top G. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, me personally, I come from the train of thought where if you don't like something, if you don't like what you're hearing or what you're seeing, you turn that shit off, bruv. Because there's bare things on the internet that I don't agree with and I don't like. Certain things I'm just like, yo, that's a bit mad, bruv. Like, bruv, like, you go on the internet, bruv, there's man them twerking on the devil, bruv. You know what I'm trying to say?
dang, Lil Nas X is out here wilding right now. So yeah, if you seeing that, bro, sometimes I gotta take a step back from all that shit. I'm just like, oh god damn, like bro, bruh, can't do it right now.
Me personally, it's not for me, bruv. I don't think I'm the clientele for that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But I wouldn't be one of them people like, hey, cancel that. Yeah, I don't agree with that. Cancellation, cancel. No, bruv. I'm not one of them man, bruv. You get me? I'm not one of them type of people that's on there doing that. I'm very much of the train of thought. If I don't like that, then I ain't watching that, bruv. What do I look like? Like, cancel it. I'm still watching. No, bruv. Like, I don't do that. You get what I'm trying to
See, I understand what he's saying, because a lot of the times people, they'll go and look for the bullshit that they don't want to see. Like, they'll be sitting there and some videos just going on, like,
what the dog doing?
And they're watching this shit like, why are you watching that even though you don't like it? Like, why don't you just turn it off and go to the next video? Like, that makes no sense to continue watching it. Like, people are just stupid. They will tune into something that they don't want to see and sit there and then complain about the shit they don't want to see instead of going and watching the shit that they actually want to see. Like, it's crazy. They just want something to complain about and stir up some turmoil and actually, get clicks and views and shit like that. That's usually what it is, because people react more to something that's negative than positive. But
I say, yeah, so that's just my train of thought on how things are, yeah. And like, to me, brother, I'll be honest with you, like, a lot of people would think that I'm very, very glued into social media. Like, I watch everything, and I have points of views on certain things. I'll be real with you, bruv. I barely really come on the internet unless I'm watching my things, or like I'm trying to understand or learn something. Do you know what I'm just saying? But on the whole, I try and be very much in real life, because when it comes to social media, like, I find that social media is just a weird place sometimes. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, you go on, like, I noticed this a few months ago, which is why I kind of chilled out with the internet thing. Like, I'd go on Facebook, and then you'd see like racial attacks and police brutalities and all them things there. And then like my timeline would just be filled with it. And I'm like, yo, there's some negative things, bruv. And I'd read the comments and I'd see all these like prejudiced people, and I'd be like, yo, and it'd make me feel a way about certain people. And then I'm like, but I don't see people like that in real life. Do you know what I mean? I don't meet people like that in my real life. In my day to day, like, I don't get that. So then I'm like, I'm on the internet, but it's making me annoyed at certain things, and it just makes me want to react to it. So I said, nah, man, I got to chill off the internet, bruv, because not all these things that you should be consuming, bruv. You got to be.
yeah, I definitely get that. An overload of the internet most of the time is really going to set your mentality backwards and forward for acting in the reality that you walk to your day to day, like job, groceries, or working out at the gym. Like, your mentality is going to be skewed a lot. So if you consume all that content, whether it's negative, positive, or whatever, that dopamine, like instant gratification feeling you have all day, it's going to like delay a lot of your shit. It's kind of what he's explaining. It's going to delay like how you feel in reality, like when you're walking about in the day-to-day basis. But like, it's really bad. And I definitely try to separate myself from consuming a lot of shit on the internet unless I'm learning. Like, I like to dig more into my craft, or like setting up studio equipment to where I can actually run something for people in the future, or maybe like whenever I get my final studio set up in my house and shit, to where I can, learn how to run everything efficiently, but also bring quality to my viewers or whoever wants to listen to my crazy ass talk for long enough. Like, I try to separate that to where it's only educational purposes only. And the main people that I tune into, I don't even watch TV anymore. Like, if I have to watch TV, it's maybe because if a bitch wants to watch TV. I don't really want to tune into some mindless entertainment. Like, it's like, don't get me wrong, like sometimes you want to like fade out and like watch a movie or some shit, but just like that's only like whenever your mind is like going on the down. Like, but I'm so focused on growing and learning and building something. I'm not trying to sit around and watch mindless entertainment like cartoons and shit. And it's just something that a lot of people go through it at a time. Don't get me wrong, like some people see cartoons as informational, but like you got to be like on a lower level kind of mentality with that. I think the only high IQ cartoon or a television show that there's out there right now that you can actually learn from might be Rick and Morty, because there's a lot of underlying messages that's in that are dealing with today's like society and shit that people don't really see what's going on, kind of waking them up slowly through the matrix, but in an entertainment kind of value-tainment style that's comical in a sense. But yeah, that's probably like one of the only ones that I could consider watching that would help me kick back and laugh, but still be in the like, damn, that's some real shit, because he's saying like a deeper message that people, what he's trying to say, but he can't say it. It's one of those. But yeah, I feel the same way.
In real life and plugged in, otherwise your mind will just be on a madness, bruv. You get what I'm trying to say? Then, like I said, you'll be in Brixton High Street selling incense, bruv. I'm not trying to.
Yo, shout out all my man them out in the UK, all them girl them out there in the UK. Big one up, big top G, all my top girls, top bosses, top boss bitches. I can't pick up the lingo, but yo, that shit, I love the UK lingo, man. Shout out to all my UK people.
I'm not trying to be too locked into the social world, bruv. I like to be very much in real life, bruv. Like my thing is this, yeah? Like, I don't really agree with cancelling people and like deplatforming people, because I just feel like I like to get, I don't know, like, I just like to listen to people's point of view. But like I said, that's just me. Yeah, I like to listen to people's point of view. Like, I listen to things I don't agree with. I listen to things I do agree with, and I just try and form it so I have my own opinion on something. That's just how I move. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't like when people try and block information from me or block things from me, because then I feel like almost like, what are you trying to hide from me? Like, why are you trying to stop me from getting this information?
Yep, that's a really good way to look at or interpret, you know, different opinions, or just in general basis of trying to understand something. You want to take in both sides, and then it's up to you to configure your own opinion after hearing both sides, and then you'll know somewhere within the truth. You know, you can use your own intellect and your own opinion that you could configure whether you should believe this side or that side. But like, if you're open-minded like this to know and try to know both sides and listen to understand, and then come to your own conclusion, that's the best way to really intake information, I see, as a whole. And what he's doing and how he's going about it, bro, like, big up, Top J, keep going.
Yeah, and I feel like, I don't know, bruv, I feel like that happens with a lot of things, bruv. Like, I can't really say this, yeah, but you know how, like, 2 years ago, we was, like, in the lockdowns, and then they were trying to give people the vaccines, bruv, vaccines. See how they were trying to do that, yeah? Max. And then it's been 2 years on, and it's like it never really happened, bruv, yeah? I'm not trying to get too deep in conspiracy theory world, bruv, because I don't want to be chilling here, and some man comes through with the real sniper, like, I don't need that for my life, bro. So I'm not gonna get all deep into them rabbit holes there, bro. All I'm gonna say is, like, you see that there? Yeah, you see how that just happened, and people acting like it never happened. And like, when people was trying to find out the truth, and when people was trying to figure out Wagwan, it's like almost like everything was blocked off. You couldn't talk about it, you couldn't say it, and it's like, raw, like, why can't people them talk about it? Why are people censored from talk? And then, like, now it's like almost like it never happened. But then you think to yourself, raw, like, bruv, do you know how many, like, old people, like, are super paranoid now and super scared and and like super, they don't want to hug people, they don't want to, like, give people hugs and all that. And I'm speaking because this really the story, like, really of like with my mum. Like, most of you know, I'm adopted by my grandmother. Like, yeah. Like, my mum don't.
I see that sometimes whenever you walk into like a grocery store, and like old people, they'll still look at you if you don't have a mask on. And it's been like 2 years after we've all kind of, like, you know, this shit is kind of either dying off or something's up, because something ain't acting right. But you'll walk into like a grocery store and some old lady be giving you that look like, you need a mask? Be like, what are you talking about? And next thing you know, she's acting all Karen. You need to leave. Like, what the? Shut up, bitch. I'm not wearing no fucking mask right now. Like, what are you talking about? Like, that's blows my mind that, like, even 2 years after this, and I haven't personally seen somebody die from COVID. I've had mutual people tell me that they may have known, you know, somebody, oh man, died from the, you know, but nobody personally. And thank God, everybody that I know, they're in shape, or they take care of themselves well enough to where they're not obese or they have any other, you know, underlying health issues. So yeah, that he's got a point. But still, the old people, yeah, they're kind of weird about it still. If you can see people that are kind of like sheep mentality,
don't even really want to, like, hug me or, like, give me no, like, she won't give me a kiss on the cheek or nothing, because she's so scared that something's gonna happen. And I'm like, raw, the conditioning they did is a mad thing.
Mad
thing. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And she's like elderly. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So like, God. My thing is, like, when people try and block certain things from you knowing it and you hearing it, I just feel a way about that. But that's just my own personal thing. Like, that's just me. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So that's another reason why I don't really agree with, like, blocking people from speaking their mind and But at the same time, I got to be realistic and I got to be honest and say that you see these, like, social media platforms, like, man, them don't own that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? We don't own them things. We're not on them things. So at any moment, they could be like, no, sorry, you're blocking you off everything now, man. They make the rules of how they want to move. I mean, of how they want you to move. So if they don't agree with something, or it's not stirring the narrative or the agendas that they want to push or whatever, then they just ain't on it, bruv. Do you know what I'm just saying? They just not gonna let you do that. And it's their thing and it's their platforms, and they can do however they want to do with what they've created. Yeah. But then I gotta say this as well, yeah. Like, this is also why I kind of big him up as well, because then it's almost like he's got so much pee and he's balling so much, like, he's got a real life outside of social media. Social media is dope, obviously, but he's got a real life. But it just, to me, stuff like that just makes you understand and learn that it's always good to be financially stable and mentally like enriched, because then when you're plugged in with real life, you're good. Do you know what I mean? Because now that he's not on social media and platforms and all that stuff, whatever, like, you know, he's still good. Yeah. And this is why I think as a man, it's always good to like have your financials in order, have your mental health in order. So then literally you're always able to navigate and move how you want to move freely, and nobody can block you from certain things. Like, to me, that's one of the most important things in life. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, to me, that's just what it is. Yeah. Like, I feel like almost like that kind of mindset and that kind of like freedom to move and go as you please. That's what every person, not that's man, woman, or anything. That's how you should have your life patterned out. Yeah. Where you can move freely and kind of march to your own drum. That's just me. I think the maddest thing about all of that is like how people will like say things that aren't true and then make it seem like it is. Like, if a man said like, bruv, man's never been to jail for this, man's not trafficking gal like that, man's not the R word, you get what I'm trying to say?
Ooh, okay.
And then
you don't want to go there.
There's proof that he isn't. And you know that he hasn't been convicted, like he hasn't been to prison, he ain't got them things on his record. I find it mad that people are just like, he did this, and he's that, and he's this. I find that mad, bruv. Like,
yeah, people are going to stir up shit even when you actually haven't done any shit. They're just going to run with it because in their head, it is mad. Yeah, it's like, it's just lunatic, but still, people will take that narrative, whatever they've heard, and then just stick it in their heart and believe it wholeheartedly, even though they don't see no records, they don't see nothing that anybody else saying that he's done it besides the people that don't like him. They're just going to take that and formulate this fake opinion and snowball it with other motherfuckers that want to think the same way, you know, the hive mind, the sheep mentality, and then they just want to speak it in the truth, but it's not true at all. Like, Andrew Tate never got arrested for trafficking. He got detained so they could search, and the search came back with the woman on surveillance being in his house, getting a fucking Uber Eats pizza and dancing back inside, like, happily. And it's crazy. People are still running with that, saying that he's doing that and some other bad things, but, you know, bad thing, big up. You got me talking like the fucking UK people in this bitch. Let's go.
I'll be honest with you. Like, to me, that's where, like, even if you had like an argument where you're like, I don't agree with him and you don't to me, that's when I won't listen to anything you say. Because I think for me, that's like an innate thing as a brother. Like, I'm just saying, not to paint the race card, man. You know the race card. Like, I think to me, I don't like that. I don't like things where, like, I'll be honest with you. Like, I don't like things where people put things on people and then the person says it's not the truth and it isn't the truth. And then because the person's put that out there, and bare people have said it and it's not been fact checked and it's incorrect, but because they got bare people that maybe don't like that person, they just go along with it like it's the truth, and it becomes like the truth even though it's not actually the real truth. I don't like stuff like that, bruv. And like I said, because I think it's because I'm a brother, and like growing up, your parents would always tell you, like, you don't want nobody accusing you of certain things or saying you did certain things because of people's people's prejudice, because they'll automatically go, yeah, you must have did it. Yeah, you must have did it. Yeah, it must be true. Yeah, it must be true. Because of their prejudice towards their melanin. You know what I'm trying to say? So I'm like, I know it's a bit of a different kind of thing, but I feel I proper don't like when people say things about people and they try and make it seem like it's the truth, even though it's not the truth, because I just don't like people being accused of things that they didn't do or they haven't done, regardless if you don't like them or if you don't agree with what they're saying. I find that proper weird, bruv. I find that to be like super weirdo behavior, bruv. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, like, from time you've done something like that, or you're trying to steer it in that way or that narrative, anything you have to say about the person, I'm not gonna listen to anything you say, because then I'm like, right, that's wild. You know, I'm just saying that is a mad thing. Like, you just say, oh no, the person's done this, and it's like, you know, they haven't actually done that. Like, they haven't, like, it's never happened, it's not the truth. And they're like, no, and then they carry on, bruv. And then it's like, right, you're not even on a logical level right now. Now you're just on an idiot thing. Do you know what I'm just saying? Because you don't like the person and you're just trying to paint these narratives about the person. I don't really like them things there.
Yeah, no, there's some people who'll just roll with it, whatever is heard, even though they have factual sense showing them in front of their face, like concrete evidence showing that you know whatever's being said is not true at all. They're still just gonna run with it. At that point, I just gotta drop the conversation. It's like, I mean, you can't. There's only so long you can talk to a brick wall. I've said it before. Like you can only talk to a brick wall for so long until you know what I mean. It ain't gonna talk back. So I mean, you can't fix stupid. It's just plain and simple. You can't fix stupid. But it is what it is, bro. Like people are gonna be like that. I see where he's coming from, man. I wholeheartedly agree with what he's saying and what's going on with Andrew Tate. I don't think it's right. I know what they're doing. They think it's best for their platforms because they got so many people on the negative side to speak up about him, and they have all this influence. So the people up top, they don't get to hear all the good people down here. That is, it's a lot more good than there is evil that is speaking against his name, and they don't get to actually hear what the fuck is being good said about him because all this rah is coming from the other side attacking. So they're just like, well, I have a business to run, and you're disrupting the business. I'm gonna have to excuse you from said business. And it is what it is. And like Andrew said, he doesn't have really a problem with them. He understands their, where they're coming from and their side of things. So it is understandable. But it's hard to cancel somebody that has that much influence and power. Like, and then he has all the said means and values to back it up. I mean, just look at it with the video he made with the 41 tenants. There's not one hole in none of that of what he said that you can go and say that he's against the human race or just the good of all human beings. Like that is some way to live. And every 41 tenet he's put down and relayed, every single one of those is how most men and women should live for their own fellow humans. Like be that way towards their said fellow human or spouse or child. I feel like that's definitely something that anyone can take into account and like use towards their advantage to live a great life. And I mean, there's not much more else to say about it, but I definitely wholeheartedly agree with Castillo, man. I'm definitely going to subscribe. I got to like the video real quick because this man is speaking nothing but facts. I got to subscribe. My man is also speaking nothing but facts. Y'all know what time it is.
There, bro. But I'm trying to say, like, regardless if you like someone or not, I think when you start going there with it, you're on a mad thing. Like, I just feel like sometimes with social media and all that stuff, it's a bit dangerous because then people can steer certain narratives and steer certain train of thoughts, and it becomes like almost like it's the gospel, bruv. And then it's when you go outside of that and you start researching things, you're like, yo, that was a bit mad, bruv. Like, what are they showing me right now, bruv? What's going on with that, bruv? The algorithm is moving mad, bruv. What's going on? Do you know what I'm just saying? Like, that's just how I feel about certain things. It's like, I remember when I was younger, like, I'd hear certain people talk about like Disney movies and shit, and they'd be like, yo, they're putting the messages in the programming inside them things, bruv. The programming is real, bruv. They're putting the hidden messages, bruv. And you can see that, bruv, in the image. I'd be like, what are you talking about, bruv? What are you on about, bruv? What? Like, what are you talking about, bruv? Like, you smoke weed all day, bruv. What are you talking about? You don't know nothing about nothing, bruv. You're chatting breeze. And you get older, bruv, and you start seeing certain things. You're like, yeah.
Yeah, you get older, you come to an understanding, as a... This man is funny, bro. I definitely got to see more from this man. I'm definitely going to tune in to Castillo. He's something else, bro. I can't wait to check out more of his stuff, some of his music. It's going to be one of those I know I'm going to have a deep dive with. But everything he's saying, bro, I definitely agree with. He's definitely got a good head on his shoulders. I know whatever he's got going on, I'm going to tune into. Can't wait to see him in top G, some top boy stuff, you know what I mean? Like I definitely think he's got his shit together, and I'd like to see more of that.
This is some real devilish shit right now. This is the devil. The real devil, man. You get me? Like, that's just me though. Like I said, I just like to know all the information about everything before before I make judgment on things and before I have my own views on things. I just like to hear all sides of the stories, all people.
Yo, before we already went over that stuff earlier, but before we go into it, I'm gonna check out some of this man's music, bro. I already know what's up. Let's go right here and check out the sniper, bro. You already know what's going on. Gotta run that up real quick.
Just to make this, just to make this, just to make this.
Feeling my drip, feeling my stroke. Empty that clip, I'm on smoke. I'm on smoke. I'm on smoke.
Hey.
Bad bees all in my scope. Sniper, headshot, finna get low. I got that shotgun and it's off safety, finna let go. That up and choke. Feeling my drip, feeling my stroke. Empty that clip, I'm on smoke. Loving how you work that bump up, baby. Dropping that bunda, look at her go.
Hey, yeah, that shit's hard, bro. That can cap. Yo, I got a big up to my man Castillo one time. Shout out to him. Shout out to Andrew Tate. Also, shout out to Fresh and Fit for putting me on to this guy right here. I think I've seen him pull up on the what was it, the grilling with dang, what's her name? Cheyenne. Yeah, with grilling on Cheyenne. I'm pretty sure she's pulled him up before, but I definitely gotta check that out, man. Y'all go check out Castillo as well. Take it to your own account. Everything I said, you know what I mean? We see what's going on. The cancellation thing don't really add up. It's kind of, when people want to cancel it, it's kind of like eating itself at the same time, because like the shit that they're doing is very hypocritical and they're contradicting themselves on what they're trying to do. And, you know, obviously it's probably going to fall. It's going to come to a fall for a lot of these social media platforms. It ain't going to go too well. I think that it's not showing too much hope for the future. So it is what it is. This has been one of those streams, bro. I had to get this off my chest because my man is just, he started out wilding, bro. Shout out to the UK. Shout out to my man right here. Shout out Fresh and Fit again. I'm gonna let y'all vibe out to this one, yo. This is one of the first. It's not the last. I'll see y'all again. Hope to pass and stay high, stay living, stay live, and less giving. I don't even know what the fuck I said, but we gonna do it.
Empty that clip, I'm on smoke. Loving how you work that bump up, baby. Dropping that bunda, look at her go. I don't play no games when I bag them things. I'm stacking that money as well. I hang me ting with a maddest back. You think that's a BBL. When I bust that,
bro, you gotta hit that. You gotta hit that.
Know I'm dumping up shells. And I turn that room to a ramping shop like Spice and Vibes Cartel. 2 phones on my hotline bling. One for the main and one for the ting. Went to the yard, she called me the owner.
That's hard, bro. That's hard.
Like wings.
We gotta turn up on that one time.
Belly cramp up when I spark that pin. Got a few rounds, she